So I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube telling you that on these old Honda CB350 carbs that the only way to replace them is basically to take your slide and take a pair of tin snips to it and chop off this whole kind of metal retaining piece. And I didn't really like that. I don't like the idea of just chopping off that piece of the diaphragm. Piece of the slide. And also the ones I ordered, well, you can see here's a damaged one that I messed up. But the ones that I ordered are the thin style, just like the factory style. This is the one I pulled out. And I know they offer thicker ones that you need to cut this off to fit in there, but the ones I ordered are not like that. So I'm going to show you how to pretty much take them out and put them back in. Taking them out isn't super hard. You just need to make sure you get this little ring that's in there. I used a couple of these little needles to kind of pick them out like so. And that wasn't too big a deal. You don't have to worry about wrecking them. But the new ones, you do not want to use a butter knife. Oops, excuse her. You do not want to use a butter knife. You do not want to use anything sharp. I used a butter knife on this one because I thought it was dull enough. Well, I didn't use a serrated edge, obviously. I used the back of it. And just the back of it was sharp enough to basically tear a bunch of little holes in that and ruin it. So now I got to put a new one on. So I would advise using like a plastic or rubber punch or something. And definitely want to use a lot of soapy water to make sure this kind of slides on nice and easy. But anyway, I just want to show you that you do not need to take a pair of tin snips and chop this off to get that in. It might be a pain in the ass to get it into that little groove unless you have some, I think a plastic spoon might work. I think I'm going to try this one with a plastic spoon. I'll put down in the comments if that worked. Can't really record and do this. I only got one hand. But anyway, what you're going to want to do is put soapy water, first of all. Put it in like that. You're going to want to mark on this where this little orientation tab was, because that's actually important. My mark came off, so I'm going to have to go online and figure it out. Although I think they said it faces the choke. Like these dots face the choke, so I'll figure it out. You can spin these around once they're in there. But you're going to want to pull this up there. So it's on the groove. And you can see how it kind of sits in there, but it's not all the way in. Like it isn't pressed in that groove. You're going to want to take your tool and just gently kind of push it in there. Maybe even take a file to your fingernails and use that, but after that fiasco with the butter knife, I don't think I'm going to take anything sharp to that at all. Let's see, I have plastic forks, this might work. And you don't want to take anything that's even just square. If it's made out of metal, it's probably enough to poke holes in this. So you can see how it's just sitting on the groove, and right there, give you a better look. Right there is where I pushed it into the groove. You're basically going to want to use your tool to push that into the groove gently. It's going to take a lot of patience and probably some soapy water, or I guess like silicone, lubricant, whatever you want to use. Probably wouldn't want to use oils or something like that on this rubber. But yeah, so that's how you do this without taking this metal part off with tin snips. Just get yourself a plastic tool, pull the old one out, use some needles or something to dig it out. And then you're going to roll it back into the edge, make sure that tab is aligned. I'm going to look up and see how it has to go, but said it faces the choke, so yeah, something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much how you're going to want to put that back in.